It's almost lunchtime, kids. As a very swift and handy reminder, if you have 2 to the 3rd power, please get it out of your mind that that is 6. It is not. This is the exponent. This is called the base. And the exponent tells you how many bases get multiplied together. Exponent equals how many bases are multiplied together. Which in the case of 2 to the 3rd power means you have 2 times 2 times 2, which is in fact 4 times 2, 8. And we've talked about this before. You'll hear the phrase, things grow exponentially. That just means that they start slowly, and as you go farther up the line, they grow faster and faster. A lot like Mrs. Stone when she talks to you about bacteria growth. You know, you start off with, you know, a bacteria or 2 bacteria. They double. By the way, exponents of 2 are the same as doubling things. You know, they split in half and you get 2, and then those 2 split in half and you get to the 4th power, you end up with, what, 16? 2 to the 5th power is 32, and that's still not very big, correct? 2 to the 6th power would be 64. 2 to the 7th power, 128. Now you're starting to grow a little faster. 2 to the 8th power, 256. 2 to the 9th power is 512. 2 to the 10th power is 1024. 2 to the 11th power, 2048. 12th power, 4096. 2 to the 13th power, what, 8,000, what is that, 192? And so on and so on and so on. Well, pretty soon you're going to be talking in the morning. Did I do something wrong, Chase? Huh? Did anybody catch me on anything here? 120, 256, 512. Which, by the way, should remind you of what, Aaron Murray? I ask you this for a particular reason. Those numbers should be recognizable to you. Anybody? Especially you, bookkeeper of the chalkboard numbers. All of those numbers are the the place values of binary. Remember, this place is the, that's not this the way it goes? Isn't this the 2's place, and the 4th place, and then the 8's place, and then the 16th, and then the 32nd, and then the 64th, and the 128th, and the 256th, and then the whatever? That's exponential growth. You don't care. I don't care. Let's move on. Now, what you need to remember here, children, on this is this, as a review, which I don't know if you remember this. How about to the 0 power? 8 to the 0 power is 1. Okay, so you know anything to the 0 power is 1. You know, which means if you have x cubed y to the 0 power, really in simplified form, that is what? Zach? No. It is not 1. The y to the 0 power is 1. It's just x to the 3rd. It is pointless to put that in there, because then you could just have this x to the 3rd power times y to the 0 times z to the 0 times a to the 0 times b to the 0. That all is the same thing as x cubed, because they're all 1. So multiplying by 1 is going to give you the same thing. How about anything to the 1st power? 8 to the 1st power is Madison Sittler?
Itself.
Yeah, is 8. 1st power is itself. That's not so bad, is it? And then they have the one more thing I think they give you. I will find it here. I guess, do not also get confused when it comes to fractions and powers. What is 2/3 to the third power? 2/3 to the third power is Fisher?
It's, like 32 times, like, I don't remember. Don't you like flip it for your or something? Is that negative?
Good, you do remember negative exponents. Yes, negatives you do. This is not negatives though.
I don't remember that.
Jace, it is.
And 27.
Right, you could think of this a couple different ways. You could think of it as 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3, or it is also 2 to the third power over 3 to the third power. Either way, when the smoke clears and you do the multiplication, you get 8 27s or 8 27s. Either way. We talked about the property of exponent. Order of magnitude. I think that's. Should we just go to order of operations? If you go to order of operations, then you don't have as much homework, even though you get half because of the one day. Let's just take out a blank piece of paper. Let's go a couple today. Not to be the proverbial dead horse, but order of operations, which is on the wall over there, falls in this order. It's what? Parentheses, which are grouping symbols. They don't always have to be parentheses, they could be brackets, braces. E stands for exponents and roots. M and D are multiplication / division, and make sure you put from left to right. You know this is old stuff. And then addition, subtraction, from left to right. To which, rather than bore you, let's just do the hardest problem I can find and see if we get the right answer. Shall we?
Yes.
Prove to me that you know something about anything at all. Sure, why not? 4 to the third power plus 9 divided by 3 minus 2 times 3 squared. I'm going to give you 25 seconds or less to try to figure out that problem. Now let me caution you, dear young children, the more stuff you write out and the fewer jumps you make at one time, probably the greater your chances of getting this right are. If you try to do too many steps all at once, usually that's where things fall apart. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sarah. People eat many disgusting apple sandwiches. Something different than apple. Anchovies? Artichoke sandwiches? Maybe not sandwiches, maybe people eat many disgusting alligator soups. People eat mostly disgusting alligator snorts. Do we have an answer? We should if we don't. Do you think? What is the over-under on how many people out of 22 get this right? My guess is we'll be somewhere in the 17 range. Getting it right. Connor Morgan says 102. How many 102s we got? Oh, sorry, Connor. That was a good try. Jay says
49.
How many 49s? Well, I stand corrected on that. Andrew? That hard of a problem? Sittler?
I have 3.
Yeah. Well, when you get to the point where you did something wrong, I'd like to hear some sort of a grunt or a groan or oh, that's why sort of thing. Let's see it here. Anyways, parentheses first. Really, you don't have any. You could say this is a parenthesis, but it doesn't. It's really nothing because there's nothing inside of it. So really, then we go to exponents and groups. So 4 to the 3rd power is 16 times 4 is 64.
Wait. Mr. Hans times 3. No, it's exponents.
4 times 4 times 4. Wait, you and Connor together. Minus 2, 3 to the 2nd power is 9. That gets you there. Now multiplication division from left to right as you work left. The first one you come to is this. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And 2 times 9 is 18. So now I have 64 plus 3. Minus 18. And a lot of people go wrong here. This one's not quite one because you really wouldn't think about doing that first. But a lot of times I see people like, if this was a 2, they'd go, oh, 3 minus 2 is 1, and then this plus 1. But you can't do it that way. You have to do 64 minus 3 first, which is 61.
It's plus 3.
I'm sorry, it's 67. And then minus 18 is, 49. Any questions on why that was, besides my poor ability to add, subtract, multiply, word nothing? Alrighty then. Let's stop there. We're on lesson number 4. I do